This is the part in the program where we have some special music for you guys, because I knew that everybody loves music, the sound of music. We're gonna do something a little different tonight. It's not exactly music, it's poetry. Pretty sure I saw some of you cringe when I said that. It's okay. So a little background before I do this poem. Originally I was going to do a poem I had written a couple months ago called Rise and Shine, because I figured it would be fitting for this event, since our theme this school year is about letting our light shine for the world. But in light of recent events, I thought this one would be better fitting for what a lot of people may be going through or may have gone through. Just recently, one of the biggest role models in my life found out that she was having to be hospitalized for the third time this year due to cystic fibrosis. The doctors told her that her lung functions are the lowest that they've ever been. So after her high school graduation on Saturday, she's being admitted. She's always encouraged her family, community, friends, and even strangers to go after their dreams and to thrive. She's always told me to pursue everything I love doing: music, gymnastics, poetry, and writing. And even though she's been given something that is far beyond her control, she never lets her condition define and or dictate her life and what she can and can't do. And even though she is dying, she is thriving in her education and her life. She is constantly encouraging others to not take life for granted and to always live to the fullest. She's one of the strongest people I know. So this is to her. This is my voice. That many like it, but this one is mine. And there's a fine line when you're trying to define the finer points of life. But this time, it isn't about me, see. It's about the young girl sleeping in makeshift tents made from cardboard and old trash, trying to catch a few winks between the crash of car wrecks, just so she can keep looking over her shoulder to watch her mother and father drown in a polluted creek called the mainstream. It's for all the people who screams when unheard in countries where they have bullets instead of ballots. For the people who spent most of their life throwing up compassion in every direction, cashed in on reality checks so they could buy some spare fantasies so they could keep going on. This is for people who put their dreams on a rope just long enough to drag them to tomorrow. For the children who believe that the only reason they were put here is to endure hard times and sorrow. This is for the children who grew up staring out cracked windows and shattered families, watching flowers bloom, trying to learn how to. This is for all the underdogs who held back their tears until they choked, for the buoyed and broke, walking through life as it was a tightrope, and some of them will fall. This is for the men and women who answer the call, just that men in a boardroom meeting make it harder for them to get healthcare, welfare. It's no wonder so many of them are willing to pawn off their own wheelchair. And every time I walk by, I can't help but feel at fault. Like maybe I didn't search myself hard enough to control Alt-S so I can save the world. Or at least this little girl curled up into a ball that I spent most of my life throwing compassion to, like it was a fish that was too small to swim. This is my voice. That many like it, but this one is mine. And this time it's for the mothers and fathers drowning in a pool of debt. For the people filled with regret for all the things they never got a chance to say. This is for everyone dying of cancer, popping pills as if it was the answer. This is for the young child sitting on street corners, corroding in a cement cage. And in case you couldn't tell, she wears a sign around her neck reading for sale. So she's sold. This is for all the times people have sliced their own wrists with somebody else's words. This is for every time that love has been the brightest light in the darkest hour. Have you ever been locked up, pushed around, tied down 6 feet beneath the underground? It's for people who are forced to live so far below the radar that the underground is considered above it. Because too many people's judgments can be bought as easily as children who taught to covet. We all watch it happen over the big screen, mainstream, lied to the ones who are living the American dreams. We must speak for those who can, we must scream for those who are silent. This is my voice. That many like it, but this one is mine. So tell me there are no heroes. This is for them, the women and the men, for the unsung hero in all of us. For the next Martin Luther King who stayed just long enough to share a dream. This is for the next Mahatma Gandhi who taught us to be the change that we want to see. This is for for the day on the bus when Sister Rosa Parks finally said no. For Helen Keller, who against all odds found her voice in complete darkness. This is for the day that Dalai Lama finally goes home. For Dr. Jeffrey Wigand, who alone said down big tobacco. For Nelson Mandela, who went the extra mile. For Joan of Arc, who managed to smile in the face of sparks becoming flames. For Louis Riel, who refused to play the political game. For John Lennon, who's up there chilling in his yellow submarine. For Ho Chi Minh, who stood up for what he believed in. This for Galileo, who was locked up because he said the earth was round. For Trayvon Martin, who did nothing more than stand his own ground. This for people who stood up today and said no. So stand to be heard, tell the world this is my voice. There are many like it. This one is mine.